Hi, my name is Beer, and let's start with Chickenauts. This is definitely one of the most entertaining titles I've tried recently. Chickenauts is a pixel art roguelike game, meaning that you will be dying here over and over again, but at the same time your combat skills will increase, and you will be able to reach places you couldn't ever reach before. And I'm not talking about the top shelf of a grocery store, that will forever be the unbeatable boss of real life for many of you. Anyway, the heat of battle unfolds within the colossal spaceship, where you will strive to purge rooms teeming with diverse alien chickens. Yeah, they came to us filled with rage because we ate their comrades. Well, chicken is a delicious animal, so out here in the fields I'm willing to fight for my meals, till death. And you know, this is a roguelike, so death is like breathing, a constant thing. Each level consists of a variety of room types, including combat zones, treasure troves, health stations, trading posts, shops, and mutation chambers. When I played it at first, I took a shotgun. I was thinking that close combat is suitable for me, you know, easier to aim and kill. But to be honest, a shotgun here sucks. Most of the chickens shoot at you, so the bigger the distance between you and the enemy, the more chance for you to survive. So just take a sniper rifle and steamroll like a boss. Chickenauts seems like a great brainpower free game, and like all the games in this list, you can try the demo of it absolutely free on Steam. The Invincible. A demo version of this hard sci-fi adventure game was released a few weeks ago, but Steam Next Fest is a great occasion to present it for you, although I can probably tell you more about it than a usual YouTuber because I have read the book. The Invincible was written by Polish writer Stanislav Lem, the author of the very well-known Solaris. In general, I think that The Invincible should have been a movie, but I will take a game as well. So the plot of the book, I will try to tell you without spoilers, is revolving around an expedition who has landed on a distant desert planet, much like a Mars, but an itsy-bitsy teeny-weeny more alive one, and then bad things start to happen. Duh. All I can say that this plot is not a usual one where you land on some creepy rock and then some monsters start snatching your crew one by one. It's not like that. If you remember Solaris, you can realize that Stanislav Lem tried to avoid clichés and think of something more intriguing. So I can promise you that The Invincible is not a cliché story. It is really good, less psychological if you compare it to Solaris and more action-oriented, so I'm really intrigued to see how this game is being developed. The demo lets you play for about 20 minutes, enjoy some beautiful scenery and feel the whole clunkiness of the game as well. But hey, it's a demo, it can be clunky. Also, if you played Firewatch, you will see where they took the inspiration from. Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew. So this is an all-new strategy game set during an alternate history of the golden age of piracy. The terrible curse of lost souls haunts the mysterious island chain known as the Lost Caribbean, which is under the control of the terrible forces of the Inquisition. They despise all that is supernatural and use soul-devouring fire to hunt cursed pirates. And you are in charge of those, so that's not cool. Anyway, the game is made by the same bunch of people as Desperados 3 and Shadow Tactics titles, so I can assure you that the level of awesomeness is pretty high here. Anyway, here you'll sail on a sentient cursed ship, which will act as your base of operations. You'll hire new crew members, pick missions to embark on, and do many other nitpicky piratey things. I was really impressed by the tiny details of the ship. Its design is absolutely awesome. A lot of time was invested in making it, although I didn't like the controls of the camera. I didn't like them at all. If I had to rate camera controls of this game in a range from a pile of snot to an awesome exploding supernova, these controls would be somewhere where the dandruffs are, so not so far from a pile of snot. But hey, this is an early build, I hope they will fix it. But the combat was the coolest thing. The game is a participant of the real-time tactics genre, meaning that you will have to make your plan of future activities in your head at first, and only then dive into the real thing. The demo version of the game is really entertaining, you have my all recommendations. I spent a lot of time with it a few days ago, and I can assure you that it is awesome.
Apologies, but your banana cookies will have to wait. Once my kitchen is restored, you will have your cookies. Now, down we go.
Gord. This is a wonderful dark fantasy city builder for adults. If you have read anything by Simon R. Green, you will understand what I have in mind. Bloody and cruel dark themes are the main focus of the game. Here you will lead the people of the tribe as you venture deep into forbidden lands. You will have to complete missions that shape their personalities, impact their well-being and decide the fate of your community. The game is a mishmash of a real-time strategy and a survival city builder. If you are brave, you can venture outside the walls of your settlement and find various treasures and various ways to die. The main objectives will guide your gameplay, while versatile side quests and random encounters will send you off into the wilderness. You will hunt down legendary creatures, uncover secrets about the ancients, or defeat a nasty scourge. All these adventures will grow some balls on your hair. The game is full of creepy monsters and of frequent violence and gore. Definitely not for the weak. I had a lot of fun while playing the demo, absolutely can recommend. Pacific Drive. This is a very interesting title with mechanics you won't usually see in other games. In this driving survival adventure, you face supernatural dangers on each expedition into the exclusion zone. Make your base of operations in an abandoned garage, where you'll research new parts, customize your station wagon, and chart routes deeper into the zone. As you gather precious resources and investigate what's been left behind in the zone, you learn exactly what it takes to survive in this unpredictable, hostile environment. All the vibes here lead to Strugatsky Brothers and their roadside picnic story. Many games draw inspiration from it, from legendary Stalker to a recent gem Tunguska the Visitation. And if you like the theme about some stranger things happening in this specific area, I recommend you to watch the movie named Annihilation with Natalie Portman. You won't be disappointed, I promise. Naheulbeuk's Dungeon Master. A Dungeon Keeper themed spin-off from the famous humorous turn-based RPG game. Here you'll build, manage and defend your dungeon in this satirical, heroic fantasy universe. From a shaky establishment, you will reform it to an infamous lair. Here you can decorate each room with myriads of objects and furniture to attract patrons and employees. Rise your reputation to a new heights to become the world's most devious dungeon. The world of Naheulbeuk is inhabited with various unusual species. Each comes with unique perks and skills, and your job is to manage them all. That won't be easy.
Yeah, it's not your sister.
Oh, come on, how dare you? Anyway, as your dungeon grows and gains reputation, you will have to defend it against opportunistic adventurers, build treacherous traps to catch the raiders and seal their faith. You know, with death. By the way, your dungeon is not the only one here. Rival dungeons are threatening you, so you better be ready to threaten them first. You know, show them who's the boss.
Probably not you.
Oh, shut up. Bulwark, Falconeer Chronicles. Here you'll create your own fortified settlements within the haunting and eye-catching landscapes. The core gameplay is focused on wildly building across the rocky cliffs and crags of the world. Light resource management and story elements bring your creation to life, while giving a voice to its inhabitants and allowing you to expand it with exotic new build options. Also, it's not just a simple city builder. The threat is real and the battles will be glorious here. Don't ask why, just look, you will be fighting dragons with airships. How cool is that? The game itself is a spin-off of the Falconeer, a beautiful air combat game created by a solo developer, and this city builder is definitely worthy of your attention. Luna Abyss. I scrolled through several first-person shooters and none of them catch my attention except this atmospheric bullet hell game. Here you are a prisoner sentenced to explore a derelict megastructure that sprawls deep beneath the surface of the mimic moon Luna. You are tasked with recovering forgotten technology from within the abyss and the lost colony it consumed. Every move you make will be overseen by your artificial prison guard named Aelin. Yeah, this is a narrative, story-rich experience which you probably won't expect from a game like that. The thing I didn't like was the platforming. I was never a fan of it in Doom Eternal or even in a Ghost Runner, but if you like jumping and not only shooting, try the game, it's really kinda cool. Broken Roads. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this game to have a demo, so that was a nice surprise because I've been keeping an eye on this game for a long time now. This is a narrative-driven RPG that brings exploration, strategic turn-based combat and meaningful philosophical choices. This time it's post-apocalyptic Australia with authentic locations and environments, so a land filled with surface-riding kangaroos, as I see it from my Lithuanian perspective. So in Broken Roads you can control up to 6 party members and enjoy hand-drawn artwork, though for me the environment looks a bit too static. Yes, some bushes move in the wind, but that is not nearly enough to create a great atmosphere. The background here, it's just dead. Developers, please, you really have to do something about it. Despite that, the rest of the game looks nice, and it uses a unique morality system which is based on 4 areas of moral philosophy. This reminds me of Disco Elysium a bit, and I can promise you, if you're a fan of the genre, you will spend at least 20 minutes creating your character here. Lies of PP. Oh wait, sorry, only one P here. You will struggle to become a real boy as you guide Pinocchio and experience his unrelenting journey to become a human. So you are a puppet mechanoid and you must fight through everything in your path to find this mystery person named Geppetto. But don't expect any help along the way and don't make the mistake of trusting anyone. Inspired by the familiar story Lies of Peace and action Souls-like game set in a dark and gloomy world, all of humanity is lost in a once beautiful city that has now become a living hell filled with unspeakable horrors. When I played the demo, I wasn't very happy with what I saw, to be honest. The environments were beautiful, but my character felt kinda clunky. I got stuck several times in between enemies and that wasn't cool at all. Also, if you die after 10 minutes of gameplay, the game forces you to play everything all over again. So I died on the big policeman twice and then I just gave up. Maybe you have more patience, I don't know. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and
I'll see you next time. Bye.